Hello. Hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. I'm so excited to do my first live on this channel. So if you're joining me, you might have already seen that I've been doing lives on my main channel, but I figured that I would start my very first one on this channel. So I am so excited. So as you are coming in, please leave a comment and let me know where you're tuning in from. So if you're comfortable sharing your country, your city, wherever you're coming from, I would love to know. So today, you probably already read the title and the thumbnail. Today, we are talking about how I plan my YouTube videos to make consistent sales. So I am really excited. This is a 7-item checklist that I go through every single time. So welcome in. And if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments. So you can type in your name, where you're tuning in from in the comments if you're watching the replay. So let's get started, guys. So today I will not be doing a YouTube video audit. I've been doing audits, YouTube channel audit. I've been doing audits the last few weeks. So if you do want me to audit your channel, I do have a list of ones that I will be going through in the next few weeks. If I haven't gotten yours yet, please feel free to send me an email and I can audit your channel in these live streams. So today we are just focusing on the training because we've got a few things to get through here. So let me just pull up real quick. So in the last few lives, I am so excited to have welcomed in a few new members into our membership. So if you don't already know, I run a membership called Vision to Views Academy. This is where I walk you through step by step how to grow your audience on YouTube, build your email list from scratch, and sell your educational digital products. So digital products like ebooks, courses, coaching programs, even like template bundles, things like that, like helpful resources for your audience. So if you want more information, let me just pull up the URL. So actually, you can also check the link in the description box below. You'll see join the membership. There's a link there. You can click there. You can also just head over to hellosandra.com/Vision to Views Academy. There is a monthly and an annual option that you can join. So let me pull up also the QR code. So if you have your phone on you, you can also scan the QR code on the screen. So again, this is my membership where I walk you through step by step how to grow your audience on YouTube and sell your educational digital products. It comes with templates, coaching every single Friday. So you get to ask all your questions and get feedback from myself and from the community. All right, so let's get into the training. Again, if you are watching the replay, please let me know in the comments if you are tuning in. Okay, so let me pull this up here 1 second. Media. Okay. All right. Let's pull up the slides. Okay, so this is the YouTube sales checklist. These are 7 things I do to generate leads and sales from my videos. So this is exactly how I plan my videos every single time if my goal is to make sales, right? So some videos I plan, they're not necessarily to sell my products. For example, I might have sponsored videos. I might want to grow my affiliate income. So that's my main focus. And I'll get into that a little bit more inside this training. But these are the 7 things I do every single time if I want to generate sales from my videos. All right. So, oops, here we go. Just took myself off by accident. Okay, so we're going to go through a full checklist. This is 7 items. So if you would like, pull out a notebook, a pen, so you can write these down, or you can pull up like a Google Doc or something like that and make notes if you would like. Okay, so let's get into... Actually, so first things first, I do have a free guide for you guys. It is linked in the description box below. It's called the YouTube Lead System. So this is how to turn your videos into clients. Okay, so it's a free guide. You can grab it from the description box below. Whether you're watching it live or the replay, it will be linked for you. And basically, it's going to teach you how to turn your YouTube videos into a simple, repeatable system that guides the right people to your offer, as opposed to just racking up a bunch of views and not converting them into sales. All right, so let's get into this checklist. So the first item on this checklist, have one offer you want to promote. So a lot of the time we have so many different digital products we want to offer, right? Like we're creatives. We love making things. We love making digital products. And so we like to have like a list of so many different products, and then we confuse our audience on what they should actually buy. So the first things first, have only one that you want to promote. Now, I'm not saying you can't have more than one offer in general in your business, but just have one in mind for the video, for this video. So regardless of how many products you sell, choose just one to focus on per video, and ideally across a batch of videos. So I will get into what I mean by this in a little bit, what I mean by a batch of videos. Otherwise, like I mentioned, you'll confuse your audience and they end up buying nothing, right? So imagine if I posted a video and I'm like, I have a course on how to sell digital products with Instagram. I will link it for you down below. Then 2 minutes later, I tell you, but I also have a course on how to sell your digital products using Pinterest. I'm going to link that for you down below. Then I tell you, I have an email marketing course as well on how to sell your digital products. You can check that out down below. The audience will be like, okay, first of all, way too many pitches. And I have no idea what I should even check out. Like, what is best for me, right? So you want to make it so simple and have just one decision that they have to make. Okay. So, like I mentioned, even for my videos, typically, if I have a sponsored video, I'm testing things out right now, so I will let you know how this is working. But typically, for a sponsored video, the only call to action I have is to check out the sponsor. I don't like promote like my digital products and a bunch of my lead magnets in the same video, right? I'm more focused on that one call to action. So, when you are clear on one offer, coming up with video ideas becomes much simpler. Okay. This is another bonus. If you have only one educational digital product in mind that you want to promote, coming up with topics to promote it, it becomes more seamless and it becomes more natural. And I'll give you an example of this in a sec. You're basically taking the strategies you're teaching inside your offer and turning them into high level video topics, right? So I'll give you an example. I have a mini course on how to create a digital product that will actually sell, right? So that is my mini course. That is the one offer I have in mind. So it's pretty easy for me to go through all the lessons that I teach inside that mini course and create high level topics around that. I'm basically repurposing the lessons I already have in my mini course and making videos out of those, right? So the first video here, hopefully you can read the titles, but the first one is 3 digital products that will always sell even as a beginner. The 3 digital products I share here are ones that I talk about inside my mini course. So that's why it's easy for me to just be like, I'll create a video on the list of digital products that I recommend anyway, right? This is free content on my YouTube channel and it's highly relevant to that offer, right? So it's very easy for me to come up with that because I already teach it inside my mini course. The second one is how I market my digital products for free. Again, this is what I teach inside my mini course, but in more detail, right? Like I obviously go into much more depth on how to market my digital products, but I'm kind of talking more high level in this video. Like I use Instagram, I use YouTube, I use email marketing, but I go in more depth inside the course. And then the third one is how I'd start selling digital products today from $0. So this, I'm talking about how to pre-sell your offer. That's exactly what I teach inside my mini course. Very, very easy for me to come up with this topic. Okay, so that's number one. So have one offer you want to promote. Second, have one lead magnet that's highly relevant to that offer. So if you are just coming and you're tuning in, pull up a notepad, start writing these down. We are going through 7 elements that I optimize or I go through like a checklist before I even publish a video. Okay. So the second one, have one lead magnet that's highly relevant to that offer. So your lead magnet is the bridge between your free video and your paid product. So before I get into this, in case you're wondering what a lead magnet is, many of you will know what this is. It's interchangeable with the term freebie and opt-in. So it's basically something for free that you offer to your audience in exchange for their email address. So you want to get them on your email list, nurture them further, and then you can eventually pitch your offer. Okay, so in case you're wondering what a lead magnet is, it could be a checklist, a cheat sheet, a video training, a template, something that your audience would find really, really valuable. Most of your sales are going to come from your email list. I rarely sell my product directly inside my video. In fact, I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes because I'm testing like a lot of different things, right? So I have noticed that when I promote my digital product, like if I say like, check out like my paid offer in the description box below, I rarely get sales. Like honestly, even if I got like 20,000 views on a video and I promoted like my mini course, I rarely get sales. Like either I'll get 0 sales or maybe just like a couple of sales. Okay. So I've already tested that out. But if I offer a lead magnet, like a freebie to get them on my email list, and then I nurture them, they are much more likely to convert. So I will make way more sales through my email list that I've grown from my channel. Okay. So, so instead of me promoting my paid product, I invite viewers to download my lead magnet. So I nurture them through my email before introducing my offer. It needs to be super relevant to what you're selling. So it can't just be a generic freebie, and it has to be good, right? So you've probably heard like some people talk about how your audience almost needs to feel like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this is free. I wonder what her paid products are like, right? You want them to think like, I cannot believe how much value this person is giving me through free content. I wonder what their paid version is like. And they're more likely to buy from you. Okay, so it has to be good. Otherwise, if it's like useless, it's like really bad, it kind of leaves a bad taste in their mouth and they're less likely to check out your paid offer. So here's an example. Let me just take myself off screen here for a second. So my example here is my offer is a digital product mini course. So like I mentioned, I offer a mini course on how to create a digital product that will actually sell. So that's what you see on the left side there. That is the checkout page for my mini course. The lead magnet that's highly relevant to my mini course, and it's good. I've gotten really, really good feedback on this. It is a free 36-page guide on how to create a digital product people will actually buy. Do you see how relevant those two are? So I'm just going to bring myself back on screen. Do you see how connected those two are? My free guide is how to create a digital product people will actually buy. And then my mini course is how to create a digital product that will actually sell. They're almost the same title, right? But the free guide, again, it's 36 pages. It has examples in there, screenshots, social proof, all of that. It's really relevant, right? It's exactly what my audience wants. And it gives them just enough to be curious to check out my paid offer, right? Okay, so the next item is choose profitable video topics. Okay, so now you got your offer, you've got your lead magnet, and now we're going to get into the videos. You have to choose profitable topics for your audience. So you're probably wondering, what is a profitable video topic, right? So profitable video topics are 3 things. 1, they're relevant. Every topic must connect directly to your paid offer, your lead magnet, and your ideal viewer. It has to run through this filter. We come up with so many different video ideas, right? Just like we always come up with different digital product ideas, right? Every time I come up with a video idea, I have to run it through a filter. Is this relevant to the audience that I am trying to attract to my paid offer? If not, then I don't make it, right? Because all I'm doing in that case is attracting a lot of the wrong people that will never buy from me, right? So you have to run it through a filter. It has to be hyper relevant to who you're trying to attract. It needs to be searchable. So because YouTube is a search engine, you want to use a keyword research tool to find out what your audience is actively searching for on YouTube so that you can get discovered by the right audience from day one, right? So I've shared in the past what keyword research tools I like to use. So I like Keywords Everywhere that shows you a monthly search volume for the keyword phrases you want to target. I've also used TubeBuddy, which I absolutely love. And vidIQ is also a really good one. So vidIQ, I think, actually has a really good free version. So even you can even download their free Chrome extension and see you can play around with like their free features. I've only used the paid version of TubeBuddy, but TubeBuddy also has a good free version that I've heard from other creators that's pretty good. So you can also test out their free Chrome extension as well. Keywords Everywhere does not have a free version. Not that I know of, at least. I think it's like $80 a year to use it, which is pretty good. And that's why I use it. I find it affordable, like relative to other keyword research tools that I've tested. Okay. So they have to be relevant, searchable, and valuable. So Focus on solving real problems and giving your audience a quick win, right? So we always have to think about the fact that our videos are for our audience, not for us. We have to think about what they're searching for on YouTube and how we can solve their problems in every single video. Because if you can give them a quick win inside your video, they are much more likely to subscribe to your email list and to eventually check out your paid offer. Okay, so item number 4, verbally mention your lead magnet in your video. Okay, so this is so important. Your viewer needs to know what to do after watching your video. Okay, so you don't want them to watch your video and then to just click off and go, watch somebody else, right? You want them to, first of all, stay on your channel, and you want to tell them exactly what to do. So you have to give a verbal call to action at least 2 to 3 times inside your video, and include the link to your lead magnet in your description box. So whoever kind of tuned in from the beginning of this video already, or you might recall that I told you about my lead magnet. I've got it linked in the description box below. It's completely free to sign up. That is my first call to action. I asked you guys, if you guys want my free guide, you can check that out down below. So that's me showing you in real time what that looks like and what that sounds like, right? I showed you what it looks like, and I'm linking to it in the description. So here's another example of how I do this on my pre-recorded videos, right? On my main channel, like when obviously they're edited, right? So I don't think you can read the title here. It's pretty small, but the title is 3 digital products that will always sell even as a beginner. So this is actually an example I shared earlier in this training, but inside right here where I've screenshotted, I'm literally saying, if you want my free guide on how to create a digital product people will actually buy, I will link that for you down below. And I always find if you can have a visual of your freebie, of your lead magnet come up, they're more likely to check it out, right? It's more enticing. It's just more engaging. So have a visual call to action, I guess, and then a verbal call to action. And then this is going to be really hard to see, but I'm going to show you exactly what I'm circling. So here's a bonus. This is like a bonus tip that I really want you guys to write down. If you can come up with a video that is highly relevant to your lead magnet, in fact, if you can actually create a lead magnet for a specific video, it is much more likely to get signups. Okay. So this video is called, this is just a screenshot from one of my videos on my other channel, on my main channel. How to create and sell your first digital product in 7 days. That's what the video is called, right? So hopefully you can see that title. How to create and sell your first digital product in 7 days. So inside this video, hopefully you can also see like the screen. I took this screenshot so you can see the spreadsheet I'm sharing inside this video. I turned this spreadsheet into a lead magnet. Okay. So this entire video, if you actually go back to my main channel and you search this video, you will see it is I think it's like a 20-minute video or something, but I am walking my audience through how to use this spreadsheet step by step. That's my lead magnet. So do you see how it's literally I want to say it's fully connected, but like you literally cannot watch the video without downloading it, and you can't complete the spreadsheet without watching my video, right? So you can't see what I'm circling because it is so small, but what I'm trying to show you is that I am giving this call to action to download the spreadsheet within 20 seconds of my video, that early on. Immediately after my hook, after 15, 20 seconds, I tell them, by the way, I'm about to walk you through this spreadsheet on how to sell your first digital product in 7 days. Grab it from the description box below so you can follow along the tutorial. Okay. So that is a bonus. Okay. And this one video alone has gotten me over 5,000 signups and counting. It's more now, but it's a minimum of 5,000 signups since I last checked. Okay, so that's how powerful that is if it is super, super connected. And on top of that, the arrow there, I'm just pointing to the fact that the very first line of the description is that spreadsheet, 7-day digital product launch plan template. Okay. So you want to make it at the very, very top of your description. So you don't have to click on more, like see more, and then have to browse through your whole description just to find it, right? You want to make it so easy for them. Okay. So item number 5, prepare a follow-up sequence. Okay. So again, if you're just tuning in right now, we are going through the 7 items on my checklist. This is how I plan my YouTube videos to make consistent sales. Okay. If you're tuning in a little bit late, don't worry, there will be a replay for you. So item number 5, prepare a follow-up sequence. Now, if you don't have an email list, you might be wondering what the heck this is. I'm going to tell you what that is. So YouTube gets people to opt in, right? So we already talked about having one lead magnet, right? So let me just go back real quick. So the second item, remember, have one lead magnet that's highly relevant to that offer. So YouTube gets people to opt into that lead magnet. Your emails are what help close the sale. That nurture sequence through your emails is what's going to help close the sale. Once someone downloads your lead magnet, they should immediately enter an automated email sequence that runs in the background. Okay. So this is all set up inside your email service provider. So I'll go over a few options that you can use if you don't already have an email service provider. I will say right now, if you are not building an email list yet, you have to get on it like yesterday. So your email list is the most important asset. Like it's true. You've probably heard it many, many times. You might be getting sick of it by now, but it really is true. Majority of my sales come directly from my email list. They don't come directly from like my Instagram posts or my YouTube videos. It's directly from my email list. Okay. So let's go over what that looks like. So step 1 is your opt-in page. Okay. So I'm using system.io for my opt-in pages and my emails, my nurture sequence, everything. I use system.io because I just find it's amazing for it's like an all-in-one, like I want to say tool, but it's like it's got my course in there. It's got my membership. It's got my, like I mentioned, like my email marketing, everything. So this is a page that I just created in system.io. Very, very easy. They have templates to use. You can also use, there's Kit, which used to be ConvertKit. There's Flowdesk, MailChimp, MailerLite. Like there's so many options. I think ActiveCampaign. There's so many different options that you can look through. But they all have different, of course, payment plans and things like that. So do your research to figure out which one works best for you. But yeah, I've used Flowdesk for like 5 years. It was amazing. I loved it. I just switched over to System because they also host courses and memberships, which I really, really like. So your opt-in page is what's going to get people to sign up, right? So in your YouTube video, you're going to say, download my lead magnet. They're going to click on your lead magnet and they're going to land on a page where they put in their name and their email to get your freebie. So this is just an example of a digital product workbook. It's a new lead magnet that I shared in my last YouTube video on my main channel. Step 2 is the delivery email. So you have to come up with an email that automatically sends to your subscribers that delivers what you promised, right? So that free guide. So this is just an example of my workbook. So you can see hopefully at the top, the subject is your workbook is here. And then it's very, very simple. It just says your digital product workbook is here. You'll learn how to brainstorm, validate, create, and sell your digital product over and over again. And then I've got a link to download the workbook and then the link to actually watch my video on my channel. Okay. So it's just a delivery email, very basic, can be very short, just basically delivering what you promised. So then step 3 is where that welcome sequence comes in. Okay. So it's typically around 3 to 5 emails and it's spread out over the course of a few days. So between each email is about 1 to 2 days. Okay. So after the delivery email 1 can actually be sent on the same day. And by the way, again, this is automatic. This is not you manually sending these emails out. This is a welcome sequence that you have running in the background and you set it up with your email service provider. So email 1 is typically a connection email. So what that means is if you've ever been in any of my welcome sequences, you might know what I'm talking about. Typically, I'll welcome you into the community. I'll tell you exactly what you're going to expect from me, all the tips I'm going to share. And I invite you to reply back because if you reply back to my email, you ask me questions, I will do my very best to answer every single one of them. So the point of that is to connect with your audience, right? So again, that could be sent on the same day as your delivery email, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour after the delivery email, or it could be on the next day. But you want to make sure it's pretty soon after your delivery email. Your second email, which will be sent again a day or two after email 1, is an origin story. Okay. So typically you want to talk about what your story is, why you started what you started, why it's so important to you, and who you serve, and again, what they can expect from you. Okay. So we love to connect with the person on the other side. And so the origin story makes this more personable. It makes it more, from coming from your experience and your perspective, which is so important, especially in the world of AI, right? Then email 3 will come a day or two after email 2, which is proof. So some sort of social proof that you can showcase that will automatically build your credibility. So if you have, let's say you already have a digital product that you have sold, like a coaching program, an ebook, or something like that, and you've gotten results for someone, even if it's just one person, you want to show that proof. Whether it's a small or big win, you want to show that what you have to offer works. If you don't already have an offer, that's totally fine because you are your own social proof. So, for example, in the beginning, when I had 0 students, like when I was I was the only success story, then I used myself as social proof. I shared, for example, like my mini course, I'll share like the sales that I've made. Or inside my YouTube membership, I used to share like only my results, right? Because I didn't have students yet to share that. So that's totally fine. You are going to be your social proof until you get results for other people. And then email 4, a day or two later, you are going to give a soft pitch. So inside this email, you can either show more client stories, more social proof. It's really great if you can just keep showing that social proof, again, whether it's more of your own stories or someone else's, and then you give a soft pitch at the end. Like, by the way, if you want to check this out, it's here for you. And then you have the link to your paid offer. Then the 5th email, which again, this is the very last email of the welcome sequence, you're going to give a hard pitch. So you're going to just focus on promoting your offer, and you're focused on the benefits, what they're going to get if they join your product today. And I find another thing is kind of like just like a pro tip. I find it's also great if you can highlight what happens when they don't sign up. So you want to highlight like what are the negative impacts if they don't sign up, right? So for example, if I want to talk about like the negative impacts if you don't join my YouTube program in this email, then you're just going to waste more and more months spinning your wheels, posting content that's not converting. But if you join now, this is what you're going to get out of it, right? You're going to reach your target audience. You're going to make those sales. So I want to highlight what you're kind of risking if you're doing this all on your own. Okay, so item number 6 is to batch film 4 videos at once. So if you don't know what batching is, batch filming means recording multiple videos in one sitting instead of filming one at a time throughout the week. It saves time and mental energy. You set everything up once and you stay in creator mode and keep the momentum going. So okay, I want to share an example, but I don't think I have a slide for it. So I'll read this first and then I'll get to like an example of what I mean here. So when all 4 videos connect to the same offer and the same lead magnet, the whole process feels streamlined and intentional instead of scattered. So what I mean by that is if you're planning 4 videos at once, you're more likely to create a playlist of videos where they're all connected. They all kind of refer back to each other. And it's so much easier to plan 4 at once instead of like 1 at a time, because every week you're going to be like, oh my gosh, what am I going to write about next? What am I going to write about next? Instead, if you're planning 4 at once, you are basically like, you're thinking of how they're going to connect back to each other. And it's so much easier. So again, I'll give more examples of this, but the more consistent you are with your uploads, the more consistent your leads and sales will be. So it's no secret, right? The more content you post, the more traffic you're going to get and the more potential sales you're going to make, right? But if you're only posting, let's say 1 video a month, you're not giving your channel enough potential to reach more people, reach more of the right people, okay? So now before I get into my example here, I just want to share, I started my first YouTube channel in 2020 when I was working full-time as an engineer. And for a long time, I did not batch my videos. I would literally start over every single week. I would plan one video, then I would script it, then I would film it, then I would edit it, and then I would publish it all in 1 week. And then I would do the exact same thing the next week and then the next week. So 1 video at a time. It literally felt like running on a hamster wheel, and I would get so exhausted and I would literally like stop for like a month or 2 because I was so tired. I was like, I can't keep up with this. And then I would start over again. And truly I was listening to like so many experts that kept saying like batch your work. And I knew that it was really valuable. I don't know why. I just kept putting it off. And I'm like, I don't have time to batch work. Like I just want to do one at a time. But honestly, if I had followed this system sooner, I would have had like I would have way more videos on my channel. And I truly believe I could have grown faster if I had come up with this system. So that's why I'm telling you now, batch everything you do. So now I'm going to get into what I mean by this. So now what I do is I will research 4 video topics. So I typically plan my content 1 month in advance. Okay. So and typically we'll have like 4 to 5 videos in 1 month, right? So so actually let me just tell you right now, kind of like in real time. Today I love working at like a coffee shop or like a bookstore. So I don't know, like, Indigo. Is Indigo Canadian or American? I don't even know. But anyways, Indigo is a bookstore. It used to be called Chapters and it's connected to Starbucks. And I love to go there and work. And so today, whenever it's like my scripting day, I go there because I focus so much. So I'll sit in Indigo and I will just script. So today I literally went and I only scripted 2 videos, but I like to like plan, because scripting takes me a little bit longer. But yesterday, my goal was to research 4 video topics. So I know which videos I am posting for the month of July, because I've already got my videos done for June. So yesterday I researched 4 video topics. And then I went back today and I scripted, like I mentioned, 2 videos, but typically I will script all 4 videos in a day or 2, right? So I'll research all 4 video topics. Then the next day, I will script all 4 video topics. I'm only focusing on one task. I'm not researching and scripting and filming all this, right? It makes the process so much easier. And then I will film all 4 videos in one sitting. So I will have like a filming day where I film at least 4 videos in just one sitting. And I don't know how many ladies are watching this right now, but for me, I have to do my makeup. I have to do my hair. I have to like set up all my gear, right? Like usually my lights are in the same spot and everything, but sometimes I like to move the camera around and things like that. But like setting up your gear, getting yourself all like, set up for, like your makeup, your hair, whatever you got to do, that takes me time. And I don't know about you, but I don't wear makeup every single day. And I don't really do my hair every single day. So having to do that every single week was like exhausting for me. So I'm like, I just want to do this once a month. Not that I wear makeup more than once a month, but I'm like, I just want to do this once a month. I want to straighten my hair once a month and just get all this done so I don't have to make myself do this every single time. Okay. So it also saves on that too. Okay. So then now item number 7, again, if you are tuning in a little bit later, these are the 7 items on the checklist on how I plan my YouTube videos to make consistent sales. So item number 7 is to track the right metrics. Okay. This is really, really important. You have to track the right metrics. Obviously, there are so many metrics you can track. So let's talk about what that is. So the metrics that actually matter. Now, before I get into this, you might be either you're starting a YouTube channel right now, or you already have a YouTube channel, and you're more than likely looking at metrics that mean nothing for your business, because this is exactly what I did. I was so caught up in vanity metrics, and still to this day, it's hard, right? Because I feel like social media and even sometimes YouTube will kind of like make you feel like the number of views and the number of subscribers we have equals like more success, right? Like the more views we have, it means we're more successful. I will tell you right now, as someone who has had videos go viral, as someone that has over 300,000 subscribers on my other channel, vanity metrics mean nothing if it's attracting the wrong people. When you have videos that are attracting even just like 100 views, 200 views, and they're the right people, it is so much more valuable. Okay. So of course we need views. Of course we need to reach people, right? But what I mean is it's really easy to get caught up in this trap of like, I just want more and more and more views and not actually look at what those views are doing for your business. So these are the metrics that actually matter. So number 1 is click-through rate. Are the right people actually clicking on your video? So when you post a video, YouTube will show you the click-through rate of that video. So how the click-through rate is how many impressions your video gets versus how many people are clicking on it. So how many times did your video show up? And of all those people, how many people clicked? So for example, let's say 100 people see my video pop up on their homepage. 100 people, and one person clicks, right? That is a 1% click through rate because one person out of those 100 people chose to click. Okay. So that's a 1% click through rate. So you always want to look at your click through rate. There's obviously targets that people talk about. I think it's anywhere between, I want to say like 2 to 10%. That's like the average. I know that's kind of like a wide range, but that's kind of like the average. But what I always say is look at your own metrics and just try to improve from there. So for example, if your click through rate is 3%, then your goal is to increase that every time. It won't always increase, but you kind of have like you're going to have a baseline and then you're going to think of ways to kind of improve that. And the best ways to increase your click through rate is your packaging. So the packaging of your video is your title and your thumbnail. And of course, your overall topic, right? The topic has to be relevant for your audience, but it's the thumbnail and the title that's going to help increase that click through rate. Then your average view duration. Are they staying to watch all the way through, right? So for the people that are clicking, so you got people to click, but are they jumping off immediately, or did you actually get them to watch all the way through, or at least most of your video, right? So I believe on average, we try to aim for a minimum of 30 to 40% of average view duration. So if you have over 30% of people they're still watching your video, then that is good. And anything above that is amazing, right? So you want to make sure that the people clicking are watching as much as possible. And then your lead magnet sign up. So this is so important. How many people are taking the next step after watching, right? So we talked about how YouTube gets people to opt in. So you have to figure out how many people, like which videos are getting people to sign up for your lead magnet. And if you're watching right now and you're already inside my membership, I have a bonus lesson coming up soon. I have my tech expert who is creating a tutorial on how to use Google Analytics to figure out which YouTube videos are getting the most lead magnet signups and getting the most sales. So that is going to be a super valuable training. So I'm really, really excited for this because she has been creating these links for me. She's been kind of managing my Google Analytics to get all of this information. It's so important because if you don't know which videos are getting you the most lead magnet signups and the most sales, you won't know how to convert. You won't know which ones are working, and you're constantly questioning, why am I not making sales, right? Because we don't even know which content to focus on. And then that leads me to sales, right? So which specific videos are actually leading people to purchases? So I actually have a video on this channel. It's called something like why viral videos won't make you sales. So I kind of already shared a little bit about like how some of my videos are getting like hundreds of thousands of views and yet they're not making sales, right? So that's why I'm saying the number of views, it does not paint the full picture, okay? So you want to figure out which videos are actually getting you sales, because believe it or not, there are some videos that have a fraction of the views on my main channel and they're the ones that are getting the most sales. Oh, and again, Google Analytics will help you determine this. Okay. So that bonus lesson is coming up inside the membership if you're already part of it. So I'm really excited for that. Now, just as a reminder, I have a free guide. It's called the YouTube Lead System. It is linked for you in the description box below. This is going to walk you through how to turn your videos into clients. Again, this is a free guide. You'll learn how one YouTube video can turn into a repeatable system that guides the right people to your paid offer. Okay. So I will link that for you down below. So just to recap, this is the full checklist. So have one offer you want to promote, have one lead magnet that's highly relevant to that offer. So again, if you're tuning in a little bit late, this is your chance to write all of these down. Choose profitable video topics. Verbally mention your lead magnet in your video. You want to prepare a follow-up email sequence because that's what's going to eventually close the sale. Batch film 4 videos at once. You can batch film more, but I like to do only 4. I don't like to plan way ahead because then I can't adjust my content strategy based on my analytics, right? So I like to do maximum 4 videos at once. And then you want to track the right metrics. So that's your click-through rate, your average view duration, the lead magnet signups, and the number of sales you're actually getting from each video. So if you have any questions at all, you can email me at hello@sandrady.co on this specific training, or if you would like me to audit your YouTube channel, you can send in a request inside the email. So let me actually just pull this up again so you can see my email. So it's hello@sanity.co. This only works for educational channels. So I am auditing educational channels if you are teaching your audience something. It's not for entertainment channels, right? So for example, like daily vlogs or gaming channels and things like that. So if you have an educational channel, you can absolutely send me your channel. I'll put it on my list and then I will do my best to audit it in these live streams. Or you can send me a DM to my Instagram. Okay. So let me just bring myself back on screen here. So again, if you are watching the replay, please let me know in the comments below. If you are tuning in. So let me just pull this up again. If you are coming in a little bit late, if you would like to join our membership, Vision to Views Academy, this is my step-by-step framework on how to grow your audience from scratch using YouTube, how to grow your email list. I'm walking you through this step-by-step and how to actually make sales with your YouTube channel and your email list. There'll actually be a link for you down below that you can click through. There is a monthly plan and an annual plan. So you can choose whichever one works best for you. And I will pull up the QR code so you can scan that with your phone as well. It will guide you to that page. And this is for beginners. This is for if you already have a channel, it's not converting. And we have a private community, so you can ask all your questions inside there. We also meet once a week for a Q&A call. So you can ask all of your questions in there. They're also recorded. So if you can't make it to all the live Q&As, they're uploaded into the members area as well. So this is where you can get custom feedback from myself and from the community. So there's a lot of helpful members in there as well that are working alongside you and growing YouTube channels that make sales. Okay. So it's hellosanity.com/Vision to Views Academy. You can also check the link in the description box below. And if you join us before Friday, then you can tune in on our Q&A call. We meet every single Friday. So let me just check here because I think I got a question that I'm going to answer. And then again, if you are watching the replay, you can ask your questions in the comments below and I will get to them. Okay, so Pamela. Hi, Pamela. So great to see you here. I'm just getting a couple comments here. It's so valuable as always. I'm so glad. I'm so happy to hear that. That's why I do this. Okay, so Pamela, I really love your thoughts on services. So I have a podcast launch. Sorry, I have podcast launch services, podcast management services, and podcast audit services. I can 100% create videos about these topics solely. But my question is, how often do I do those videos? Like 3 months per topic/service. That is the part that really trips me up. I don't want YouTube to get confused, even though it's so similar. So I want to make sure I understand, Pamela, your full question. If I don't get it right, please send me an email, Pamela. We've kind of chatted through emails already, so please, you can send me an email right after. But I just want to make sure. So my question is, how often do I do those videos? So you basically, are you asking like, how often do you create like pitch videos, like videos to pitch your services? Hopefully I'm getting that. I would love your thoughts on services. So I have a podcast launch, podcast management, and podcast audit services videos. But okay, so let me know if you're still here. You can post in the comment section. Let me know if I'm understanding your question correctly. So it's confusing. I guess I have it in my mind. I can only talk about launch or management or audit. So again, we can chat through this in detail, Pamela. Oh, sorry, but that's so funny. Voice to text. I use that too. Okay, so I think what you're asking then is, what kind of videos do you actually create, right? Like what topics do you actually create to promote your services, if I'm understanding correctly? So again, I think we'd have to chat through this back and forth a little bit. So inside my membership, we can definitely do this. But if you're struggling, this goes for everybody. If you're struggling to figure out like what topics to actually cover to promote your services. And by the way, Pamela, this does work for services. So I mentioned educational digital products like ebooks, courses, coaching programs, and things like that. This does work for services because if you offer like done for you services or freelance services and things like that, then what you would do is you would either link your website down below, or even better, to book a call. So you would do like a Calendly link to book a call with you. So Pamela, you can let me know, like, do you do like discovery calls, strategy sessions, things like that? Because those tend to perform that, like they'll convert better, right? So that's the call to action I would focus on for you, is to book a discovery call down below. Okay, so I'll shoot you an email. I have courses, etc. That is why this is so hard. Okay, so I think you're asking because you have many different offers, right? So then I want to take you back a little bit. I would love to see your suite of offers because I'm wondering if you could simplify it a little bit. Do you have like one core offer that could be like your main service that you're always promoting? And then the rest can be like upsells or something that you can eventually like promote to your I wanted to say students, your customers, right? So for example, I know some people that sell a digital course, and after that digital course, they're sold into a membership, and that membership is only available if you go through the digital course. So I would ask you, Pamela, like what is your like main signature offer? And I would focus heavily on that one offer and just make it so good. So I have right now, technically, I have two offers. Like I have my YouTube membership and then I have like my digital product mini course. But I have scaled back a lot on promoting my mini course because my main focus is my program. Sorry, my program, my membership, my YouTube membership. So I have to scale back because I think I'm confusing my audience if I'm offering two different ones, do different offers inside one video. Okay. So that's really important. We got to chat big time. I love that. I have a membership too. Okay. So you got a membership, you got services, you got a course. Okay. Definitely we have to simplify your offer. And actually this goes for everybody inside my membership in module 4 it's called build a profitable digital product. So I actually show you from start to finish how to build your signature offer. If you already have an offer, this is still relevant to you because this will still help you sell your offer and make it even better. What I always recommend is pre-selling your offer. So maybe what you would want to do is almost like relaunch one of your offers and almost like test it out and see which one performs the best. And that's the one you go for the most. And then you create videos to promote just that one offer. With that being said, as a reminder, you can have one offer for like a batch of videos. So for example, I can plan the next 4 to 5 videos to just promote my membership. But then let's say I want to make some mini course sales. I'm not doing this. I'm just giving you an example. But let's say I want to promote my mini course in like the next batch of videos, then maybe that could be my main focus in my next batch of videos. What I'm saying is you just want to have one focus for a batch of videos and see how that performs, okay? Because if we're jumping back and forth, people have no clue what to take action on, okay? So hopefully that helps, Pamela. But yes, definitely shoot me an email. We can chat through it. Okay, Tad. So when you do your 4 batched videos, are they full videos 8+ minutes, or would you batch 2 full, 2 shorts? Also, hello. It's great to hear from you. So that is such a good question. I don't do shorts. I only do long form videos, and I'll tell you why. So I have tested doing YouTube shorts, not on did I do it on this channel? I think I did. I think it was like last year or something like that. But I also tested out on my main channel. And I found that with shorts, they just don't convert. Like, and I've heard like from other people that like other big creators that shorts might bring you a like surge of subscribers, but those subscribers may not be interested in your long form videos. So I actually tested out. I promoted or I launched my very first workshop last year. And I was like, let me just test out shorts and see if I could make any sales with YouTube shorts. I posted 5 shorts. I got 0 sales for the workshop. All my sales came from my email list, which came from my YouTube videos, my long form YouTube videos. Okay. So that's one thing. But yes, so to answer your question, all 4 batched videos are full videos, like full long form videos. All of them are typically like mine are typically on average above 10 minutes. I'll do like 10 to 15 minutes on average. Sometimes I'll have shorter videos between 6 and 8 minutes, but typically it's between 10 and 15. Okay, so those were amazing questions. Again, if you guys have any questions in the comments, let me know as you're watching the replay. I hope this was really helpful, and I'm excited to see some new members inside the program. It has been so much fun welcoming you guys in. Again, the link will be for you down below, and you can send me an email or shoot me a DM if you have any questions about it. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next live, which will be next week. So hope you have a great day, and bye for now.